Hi boys and girls, today you are going to be filling in parts of your graphic organizer on the Should Kids Be Paid to Do Chores debate. Everything that you need if you forgot any of your hard copies at school, everything is located in OneNote under your reading tab. You can also find it under digital resources for this week. You're looking at the chores debate, which is the article, and then also the chore debate graphic organizer, which we'll jump to in a second. So in class, you guys finished filling out the 3 reasons for why kids should be paid for chores and the 3 reasons why they should not. If you hop over to the graphic organizer, I have listed out the reasons that we talked about as a class. So if you need some inspiration or help to get you started, those are there. When you go to the graphic organizer, the first step is to go ahead and choose a side, and you're going to check it. For this debate, I'm going to write from the side of yes, I think that kids should get paid to do chores. That's not necessarily my opinion. I think that I can be swayed either way, so I'm excited to read your final products. When you then look at the different reasons we'll see, you are going to use the reasons from your yes and no tab. So let's go ahead and pull all of the reasons that we had for yes and for no and take a peek at those. So for my debate, since I'm choosing to write about why kids should get paid to do chores, I'm going to be looking for the top 2 reasons for the graphic organizer in the pros category. Your essay is going to be set up with an introduction, 2 reasons that support your argument, 1 paragraph will be about the other side and why you think they're wrong, and then you will have your conclusion. So I kind of have jotted down some notes beside me so that I can model this out for you guys. I used this list and kind of tweaked and reworded pieces of it, which is what you'll be doing in just a few minutes. So when you go back to your graphic organizer, you've circled your side, and then we're going to start to find our reasons. Next to Pro 1, you are going to just list the big reason that that paragraph is going to be about. This will be your first body paragraph. So the first reason I found is that paying kids for chores teaches kids responsibility. Down at the bottom below that, remember that we talked about 3 main ways that people can argue their side is through stories and examples, quotes, direct quotes, or facts and statistics. So you're going to try to find as many quotes or facts and stories and examples directly from the text as possible. So I went back through the article and I looked at Gabby's side of things and I made some notes to myself, and I'm going to show you how to fill them in now. So I looked for what thoughts show that it teaches kids responsibility. I found the quote that said, I'll have to get up earlier in the morning and manage my time better. Another one I thought that was good was studies show allowance helps kids manage their money. And a third one I thought supported teaching kids responsibility was an example. And I was kind of thinking that kids have to be more responsible if someone is depending on them to do a certain chore. So, like the litter box or dishwasher, right? If you're not scooping the litter box, then the cats are going to know. And if you're not unloading the dishwasher, if that's one of your chores, then you guys won't have clean dishes in the cabinets, or, you'll have dishes piled up in the sink. So it's kind of easier, I think, to do it if you know that someone is depending on you for it. Then your pro number 2, you're going to look for another reason. The second reason I thought would make a good paragraph is that having children do chores and paying them can help restore peace in the home. So a big part of the article was about how parents and families are stressed out because we've been in a pandemic and everybody's home kind of making more of a mess than we have been in the past. So now I'm looking for all sorts of reasons that will support why it would be worth it for parents to pay kids to do chores so that they have a little less on their plate. So I found a quote that said, I know mom and dad, or I know you and dad, have been really stressed out during the pandemic. All right, the second point that I found was that parents are helping kids with school, working from home, and still having to keep up with their own daily responsibilities. So they have a lot. They have little spare time left. And then the third point that I thought was that kids can take on simple chores like sweeping or the dishwasher to help free up time and let parents relax. So my essay, the first 2 paragraphs are going to be completely focused and built around that paying kids for chores helps teach them responsibility and can also help kind of restore peace in the home and be a stress buster for parents. The third body paragraph is a little bit different because this is called a counter argument. This is where you're going to find what you think is the strongest reason from the other side, their best reason, and tell why you disagree. So I thought that the best reason the other side had was that parents don't get paid for doing chores, right? So the article mentioned that a good bit, that parents don't get paid for doing things. Sometimes in life we just have to do things and it doesn't really matter if we want to or not. That's just part of being a human. And I think that's a really good point. So I found a quote that said, chores are a part of family life, right? Everyone just has to pitch in. And so I felt like that quote really showed what the parents' side was saying, and then my other 2 reasons are kind of my argument against that. So I thought parents are adults who have learned to be responsible. Allowance will help train me to be responsible too. And I finally thought helping just for the sake of helping is good, but earning parent approval, and I said that because the mom said in the article that doing chores, the reward you get is your parents' smile, and that should be worth $10. So I said helping for just for the sake of helping is good, but earning a parent approval won't help me save up or have pocket money. All right, so I will go back. Remember, your graphic organizer is just kind of getting your thoughts out. When we actually start drafting, we will go much more in detail than this and be putting things into logical orders and complete sentences. But for right now, this gives us a really good starting point. So after you have in your first 2 reasons, those are going to be your first 2 paragraphs, and they support your side, and then you figure out what your counter argument will be for your 3rd paragraph. We're going to look at, let's see, where do we go next? Oh, actually, I think that's it. I thought we were going to write a thesis statement today, but we're not. So you guys get off the hook on that a little bit. So that is everything that I need you guys to have done before you come into class tomorrow. when you come to class on Thursday, we are going to be focusing on your introduction. We're going to be looking at different types of hooks, telling people about both sides of the argument, and also what a thesis statement is. So it's going to be very important that you come into class with these 3 sections of your graphic organizer filled out, ready to go. Let me know if you have any questions or need help. You guys can email me and I will be available to help you. I hope you have an awesome Wednesday.